So we've rocked up outside Aldi. We're just about to go in, aren't we, Ken?
Yeah, get some stuff.
I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not mad keen on shopping in Aldi. We normally go to somewhere much more upmarket called Marks and Spencer's in the UK. But Ken, you come here, don't you? Do you like it?
I love it here.
Why do you like it?
Food's not too bad. I get mistakes. It's a bit cheaper, but fair enough. But yeah, by and large, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got our list. So we're going to go in and just see what we can get from our list. It's all going to be high protein eating that we're looking at, and it's obviously healthy. So we're just going to see what we can pick up today, and there might be a few things because they do that Super 6. I think it's called Super 6, isn't it? With
right,
the Super 6 vegetables, so you're going to be able to get it that really cheap vegetables and fruit, whatever's in season. So we're just going to see what we can get, and then I'm going to show you the receipt so you can see how much it costs. And the challenge is going to be able to shop and buy some meals that are actually going to be low cost but high in protein, because I know many of you leave comments on my video saying I can't eat like that, it's too expensive. Now what I would say is you can't put a price on your health, although I would agree eating fresh wholesome ingredients tends to be a little bit more expensive than eating, say, junk food. So let's see what we can do.
Let's go for it.
So we got on the list some fresh or dried spices. I'm picking up some cherry tomatoes here, which I absolutely love. Then I'm grabbing some melon. Melon is great because it's high in water content and low in calories. Then I'm getting some salad stuff, some lettuce, and I love avocados because they've got healthy fats in them. Then I'm picking up some Brussels sprouts because I love those too. So we're round here by the Super 6, so this is where you can get stuff at a really good discount, and we've actually got salad potatoes, so I'm going to get those. They weren't on my list, but like new potatoes are really good for you. They got peppers here for 39 pence. I'm going to pick up one of these peppers, just searching around for one that looks okay. I'm going to pick up some spinach there because that's always really good to go in salads. I need some olive oil, and it's really good in here, just the light stuff that you can use for cooking, but it's much cheaper than in regular supermarkets. So they got cans here, and it's good to get some beans and lentils, and they're pretty well priced in here. So I'm going to get some of these mixed beans. So we kind of got all our veg now, so we're going to head on to the meat and the chicken and the fish section to see what we can pick up there. We've got a list, but sometimes they don't have everything that you've got on the list, so we're going to just have to improvise if we can't find what we need. I'm going to pick up this whole chicken, which is a spatchcock chicken here, and then we're also just going to go for some chicken breast. Check the dates all right on that. Yep. So we're going to get that ground turkey. What's the date like on that?
1st of July.
Ooh, that's only... See if we can find another one. Oh, we'll get the 3rd of July one anyway. Yeah, that's okay. So we're now in this kind of area where we've got steak. So we're going to just pick up a little bit of steak. We don't have a massive amount of meat because red meat, you don't want to be eating that every day. So I found some wild cod fillets. They're not particularly cheap. You get 2 and it's £3.69. So I'm just going to get 1 pack of those. Right, I'm in the cheese section and I tend to go for the Greek cheeses. They're a bit lighter, so I'm going to pick up some feta there. It's got less fat in it than standard cheddar, and I always stick to that, eating that. So a good way of buying fish, if fresh fish is too expensive for you, is to go for canned fish. But always look for one that doesn't have oil in it. So these are tuna steaks. I'm just looking now. It's actually drained. So they're drained tuna steaks, so it's not in oil. So that's a really good one. I'm going to buy that. Go for these reduced fat cheeses. It's a bit like Philadelphia. It's their version of it, but they do a reduced fat one. That's what we like. I'm not a massive fan of cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is also really good if you're eating a lot of protein, as well as Greek cheese. Greek yogurt is absolutely fantastic. It's really high in protein. Ken's going to get that for me. I'm just going to go for the 0% fat one, but you don't have to do that. You could get the full fat one. It's just that one's got lower calories. Oh my word, we're in the chocolate section, Ken, which is our favourite part, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love it. Let's go for it. Let's do this.
We've got to get some plain chocolate. So we've got to go for 70% dark chocolate to start. Oh yeah, there's a 70% one. Or you can get 80%, isn't it? 90%. Do you want to try that? I don't like the 90% one.
We'll get the 70.
Yeah, just get one. Just found these 0-calorie jellies. They're not on the list, or jellos, as they call them in. Oh, they're 10-calorie jellos, or jellies. So we're going to pick up some of those because they're just handy to have as a snack. You love those, don't you, Ken?
Great.
So I'm going to pick up some oats. These look good. Oh, they've got rice cakes, but they're covered in yogurt. I did want to get rice cakes, but I don't know if I'm going to get those because they've got a yogurt flavouring, so that's not really good for you. I'm going to look for some sort of whole grain bread, but I do find it's pretty difficult to find in here. We used to buy some pita bread that was whole grain, but they don't seem to do it anymore. We're going to get these seeded tortilla wraps, so they're better because although they're not whole grain, they do actually have seeds in them. You like those, don't you, Ken?
These are great. You can't go wrong.
Hey, Ken, you're going to get some frozen berries, are you?
Frozen berries. We normally get, and this is what we normally get.
So they're $2.99, I think, for the frozen berries, mixed berries. So that is pretty good compared to buying them fresh, and then it keeps for a bit longer. So what are you getting there?
I'm getting
almond milk.
Almond milk with no sugars.
Excellent.
And
so that's 89p. I would say that in the standard supermarket, that's about £1.50, isn't it? And then coconut milk. Yeah, much cheaper in here. So we're just unloading now and getting to the checkout. So we'll find out how much everything's going to cost. And we've probably got maybe 5 to 6 days worth of food. So we're back from the supermarket. That is the receipt there, and it's £73.42, which is about $93. And I reckon, do you think we've got about 5 days worth of food?
definitely there? 5 days worth.
Yeah, maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit more. I mean, we don't really get much of the carb stuff because, you know, we've got our store cupboard with things like rice, but we did get a small packet of potatoes, and we've got some oatmeal, and we've got some wraps. Where I think we failed, so I'm going to talk about failure first. It's not very good on plant-based food, so we really don't have any vegan or plant-based protein apart from the beans. We've got those. So I don't think Aldi is fantastic for that, but do comment below if you disagree. I know they do tofu, but I didn't see it in there. We've got an awful lot of chicken and fish. So we've got a whole chicken, we've got a massive steak, which was about £5, wasn't it? I think it works out $4, and we can slice that in half, like that way, so you get 2 steaks out of it, don't you?
Feeds 2 people, yeah.
So that was pretty good value. We still got the salmon. I mean, normally I would buy smoked salmon, but we were trying to save on cost.
Yeah.
So we've got like that big container of salmon, and then as I said, we've got the huge chicken, and then we've got all this chicken breast, which is 1 kilo, so that's almost £2 in weight in imperial, isn't there? What do you think, Ken?
I think it's a good mixture of foods there. I mean, with the chicken, that you can do so much with.
Yeah.
Variety, and you've got the turkey mix as well.
And I think one of the very expensive things is if we got cod, but that's actually wild cod. You know, it's not farmed fish, so it was expensive, because I'm just looking at that I don't know what weight that is, but that's 2 pieces, so that's quite a lot of money, isn't it? If you wanted to save on money, you could get more of these canned fish that we picked up. We got a lot of vegetables, it's really good, you know, the Super 6, we managed to get that pepper.
Yeah, we got the
and the potatoes with Super 6.
Frozen fruit.
If you buy the frozen berries, it goes a long way. I think the other thing that we really failed on, and it's not very good, is bread. So we couldn't really find much whole grain bread, and I prefer to eat that. I'm actually not eating very much bread at all. I've tried to cut down on it, and it's quite hard to find decent whole grain bread. I think in there a lot of it is like white bread. Comment below if you found this video helpful, if you want more videos like this, a sort of grocery haul, shopping list. You can sort of check out my what I eat in a day to see how I might make all these into meals. So I am going to link that at the end of this video. I'll link a playlist which has got all my what I eat in a day, and some of them they're Ken's recipes, because Ken does a lot of the he'd make this into Caribbean style food. He does it in his own way, don't you? You do the Caribbean spices, and we didn't pick up Caribbean spices, but we did manage. We got some ginger and garlic paste there, which is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's all good.